MySQL, that how you can create, show and delete different users in MySQL. So in MySQL, you can create multiple users accounts to access the database. Each user will have its own username and own password. So you can grant the permissions to the particular user and revoke also for assigning and removing the administrative privileges, so that I can manage the database effectively. Like I want to give only the read-only privileges to one of the users, so I can grant only the read-only privileges, and if a person has some extra entitlements with it, we can revoke these entitlements as well. So let's see how you can create the users in MySQL. We can create a new user with the statement create user statement. This is the syntax for that. So the syntax is create user, then single quotes username, then single colon closed, @ then single colon start again, and the host name. For example, in this tutorial we are using the local host, so we will use the host name as localhost, identified by, and then the password which we want to set for that particular users. Let us understand with clarity. Username is nothing but the username of that particular user that we are going to create. Host name, I already told that we are using the local host. If you are working on a particular server, you can put the IP address or the host name of that particular server. And password is nothing but the password of that user. So let's understand the example. See, create user. So here they name it the user as sample, then @ localhost, identify by, password we set as 1 2 3 4 5. So let's just create a dummy user quickly and see how it works. So I'll just remove it and then we can create user. This is a statement. Then single quotes so I will name this user dummy. Then again single quotes, then @ and the host name, which is localhost. Then post closed again, identified by, then the password. So you can put any password. I will put it as 1 2 3 1, and then single quote post, and then semicolon. Let's execute this statement. So let me just increase the font size. So let's execute this, and once you executed this, so you can see create user is successfully executed, 0 rows occur. So this is how you can create a particular user with its example. So the output we have just shown. Now to verify whether the user is created correctly or not, how you can do it? You can use it by select user. So there is no show database like statement here. So how you can do that? You can use select user from a MySQL.user. So there is a table named user under MySQL database. How you can do that? Select user from MySQL.user. So let's just execute this. Select user from MySQL.user. MySQL.user is nothing but a table name user under MySQL, which is the default database. So let's execute this statement, and you can see there is a root and there are some inbuilt MySQL users that are already there, and then there is dummy which we have just created. So we have verified that the user that we just created is created successfully. Now to grant privileges in MySQL, but how you can do is, you can do it like grant then all privileges on. First you need to select the database name .start. If you do .start, then it will grant all the privileges on all the tables inside database, this particular database. And if you will put the specific table name, it will only grant all privileges to that particular table of that particular database. Then to username @host. Which user do you want to put the privileges? Then you need to specify the username here and the host here. Let me give you an example. You can grant all the privileges to created user using the grant all statement. This allows you to give specific permissions to users for actions like accessing database, accessing tables, performing some certain operations such as select, insert or delete. How you can do it? Let's understand with example. So we have just created a user dummy. How you can grant privileges? Grant all privileges on database name was. So in order to see which database we are running, you can use show database. Okay, grant all privileges on database name, which was MySQL dot star. It will grant the permissions of all the tables inside MySQL database to each user which you want to. So username was dummy, which will reside inside a single quote as per the syntax, and then @ which host it is in localhost, and then I send it. Sorry, by mistake I put @ and so what it will do is it will create all the privileges to this user by accessing all the tables of the MySQL database. Let's execute this, and you can see this successfully executed. Now this particular user has access to all